Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are, so close to the college football season. I can almost taste it. But before we get there, conferences are still being stupid, and specifically their teams. Purdue AD is putting his foot in his mouth. Indiana's little brothering him. Michigan is just making all kinds of news, not in a great way. Joe McGuire at Texas Tech is an idiot. Tulane shopping meet, and there are some new odds coming out for Heisman. We're not talking about Heisman this week, but Natty's conference championships. But Ciarnan, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. It's getting to that time of the year. We're so close. I can taste the pumpkin spice latte right next to my liter jug of Fireball and apple cider.
Yeah, I mean, what more do you need?
Exactly.
That's what fall is.
Exactly.
Also, Ciarnan, I didn't mention in the little intro, we're announcing our finalists for who our underrepresented teams are for this upcoming season. For those who remember, previously we've done mid teams and just picked really bad teams. Or Ciarnan went with the spirit of mid teams and did pick actual mid. Some overperformed, some underperformed. I just went bottom of the barrel, absolute shit, and they met expectations because they were all awful. I am the kiss of death for these teams. So pray I don't pick your team, but we'll get into that later. Before that, Ciarnan, though, speaking of absolute awful athletic programs, Purdue hired a new athletic director, Tommy McClellan from Rice, who said in his introductory press conference, if you want to win championships, come here. If you don't, go to Indiana. Crazy statement to make when Indiana just won the national championship. Karen, what were your thoughts seeing these quotes?
My thought is, why bother? Like, you definitely do not have a team to even compete in the Big Ten itself, let alone nationwide, and up against Indiana. Like, what are you trying to play mind games with this? Like, is everyone just going to go, oh, he's got a trick up his sleeve? No, it's Curt Cignetti's Indiana is going to barnstorm the everybody but Ohio State in the Big Ten again, right? The only speed bump that Indiana has is the fact that there is no Fernando Mendoza, and that Ohio State looks phenomenal based on their recruiting and transfer portals. Those are the only two things.
And even then, those are speed bumps for Indiana. For Purdue, the speed bumps are
their
just
entire
football
schedule.
Field.
Yeah.
Just their program. And some people are going to point out, well, he's the athletic director. It's not just football. Yeah. Purdue also sucks at most other sports. They have won, I think, one national title in their history, and that was in women's golf. So good for them. That's awesome. Great to see. But I can't exactly hold a candle to Indiana's basketball team, especially, and currently their football team. It's insane. And he was on the Pat McAfee show and kind of said, I made an offhand comment, didn't go well. Compared to golf, every now and then you line it up on the first tee and you're really excited about that round, and I put it right into the water. No, Tommy, you did not put it right into the water. You put it right into a bird's nest and killed all the birds. That's effectively what you did with that statement. It was an insane statement to make. He had to have known that it was bad. And we cover this on Belly Up Sports. Follow at Belly Up Sports wherever you go on social media. And I got to say, first issue with Purdue is they hired someone from Rice. Rice is a good school. Rice also famously was mentioned in a presidential speech because their football team is that bad.
Congratulations.
So if you want to be taken seriously, don't hire a guy from Rice and hope he doesn't make stupid comments like that. He did amend it and say, we're going to build programs here that are better at winning championships than I am at one-liners. And unfortunately for Purdue, that is not a given.
Yes, that is an unfortunate great take after a terrible one. And it kind of completely dies down or dumbs down the his second take, which is like, we're going to build championship programs here under my management or whatever. Like, if that was all he said, banger line. But it's completely detracted from the fact that he said he was going to beat. Essentially, what he was saying is, you're going to win a championship here instead of in Indiana. That's insane.
I wouldn't be surprised if Curt Cignetti retires in 15, 20 years and Purdue does not beat him once.
Oh, 100%.
Like a Nick Saban over Tennessee run. I know Tennessee beat him at the end, but that kind of run, I would not be surprised. Curt Cignetti was asked about these comments and if he had a response. He just said, not really, which is just really
good man.
Little brothering Purdue at every stop he can.
Yeah. And it's so funny because if he had said this 2 years prior, we would have been like, oh, that's kind of an offhanded comment. Sure, maybe a dig at Notre Dame if you really wanted to stretch it that far. But like, nobody would pay him any mind. But the fact that he essentially just called out the national championships who were dominant all season is an insane take.
It's insane. I think Purdue probably, it's not necessarily the comments. In and of themselves, they're not that bad. They're not that incendiary. I think, though, the athletic department and the president probably regretted this hire with how stupid it was.
Yeah. Rice famous for their great athletics programs. Actually, I don't know. Has Rice won any championships other than
I'm going to go with no.
Yeah, I assume no. Like conference championship maybe back in the 60s, but I'm not going to.
I don't know.
Yeah, because we're a college football podcast. We don't care.
They have won a 2003 baseball championship.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Good for them.
Yep.
They've also won a women's ultimate frisbee back-to-back D3 national championships.
That's how you do it.
So that might be more than Purdue has.
There you go. See?
Love that. Love that for them. But, Ciarnan, with Indiana winning championships, a rival defense coordinator isn't quite so sure they will be doing that again anytime soon, saying that new quarterback Josh Hoover is a step down. He's not going to be a Mendoza. I wasn't a hater of his, but I thought he was a pretty average to slightly above average guy. I don't think he's going to go there and win the Heisman. Yes, because everyone thought Fernando Mendoza was going to win the Heisman when he transferred to Indiana. Yeah. Karen, what were your thoughts on Josh Hoover and this defensive coordinator's comments?
My thought process is, for as much as we probably gloss, oh my God,
Gloss over
Mendoza. No.
Glaze Mendoza.
Yeah, Glaze Mendoza. And he is a good quarterback. The system that he was in with Curt Cignetti was what allowed him to play so well. Curt Cignetti is one of those coaches that builds a system, finds the guys that work best in that system, and they shine because of said system. I'm not doubting Fernando Mendoza's capabilities. He is a phenomenal athlete. I don't doubt that this DC, whoever they said it was, basically said, oh, he's not as good. Sure, but he fits what Cignetti wants to do. Yes, he probably won't win the Heisman this year. I don't think Curt Cignetti cares. Curt Cignetti will smile once all season, and it is when he lifts a national championship. He is exactly like Bill Belichick in that sort of no nonsense. I don't care who you are. You are playing this game the way I tell you to play it, and that's it. So yes, the DC is right, but also who cares?
Yeah, I mean, and they were anonymous, which always annoys me. Say it with your chest, back it up, put your name on it.
Yeah.
But
Purdue's AD did that.
Okay, and it came back to bite her, but at least he did it without being anonymous. Mendoza was fine before he went to Indiana. I mean, at Cal, he was 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 3,000 yards. Not bad, not great. Hoover at TCU last year as a fourth-year junior, 3,472 yards, 29 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, a lot more picks, a lot more touchdowns. Indiana came out of nowhere. I do understand now they're going to have a little bit more of a target on their back. They were good the year before, but they really kind of just lit it up this year. But yeah, I think it's just a stupid statement. First off, I mean, he's not the Heisman Trophy winner. Oh my God, that's awful. But also nobody expected it beforehand, as I said. So I don't know, that comment just I thought was kind of dumb.
It's pointless too.
Yeah, it's you're just trying to get a soundbite, which again makes it weird. You're not putting your name on it. Just if you want the soundbite, you want credit for the soundbite. Get that credit where you can. Speaking of dumb things to say, Ciarnan, Michigan is still underplaying the Ohio State rivalry with quarterback Bryce Underwood, saying it's just another game, just with guys in a different color. That's how I see it. Ohio State.
Game's gone soft.
Ohio State might never lose again to Michigan. If Michigan's hiring a coach who says, I don't hate my rival, if you're having a quarterback who you gave $10.5 million to, is not hating your rival. It's insane. College football is built on hate, and that's the issue with how the game is today.
100%. Couldn't have said it better myself. Like, I don't get it, because it does nothing for you and it takes all the wind out of your sails. Like, don't get me wrong, Michigan has had a brutal last couple of years. They still had a decent football team, but you're just you have these guys at the top of your organization, the coach and the quarterback, just going, "Oh yeah, it's fine." Like, that's not what you want to hear as a competitor. You want people going out there saying, "I'm putting my body on the line for this touchdown," or whatever play it may be, and being like, "Yeah, that's who we want representing our program." Not, who cares?
Yeah, and look, if I could see if Michigan has been winning this game every year for a decade, like Ohio State 2-3 years ago when they had won so many in a row, if they just went, yeah, it's a game. We're trying to win. We don't like them, but it's just another game to us. I could see that a little bit more. Michigan has found some recent success and is now just saying, oh, no, it's a game. Ohio State just won last year. Michigan won 4 straight. I get that. But Ohio State won God knows how many straight prior to that run. 7, 8?
Yeah, something like that.
It's not just a game. It is your biggest rival. You can tell your players, treat it like another game. Play your game. That's fine. Going to me like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Who cares? It's not. This is important. And if you don't think it's important, you really probably should be at another school.
Yeah, it's go somewhere where this actually doesn't matter. Go to Rice. Go to Purdue. You can say those things there.
Well, hey, Purdue is going to win championships now.
I know. Well, remains to be seen. But alas, you go somewhere where this doesn't matter. You are talking about 2 of the most prestigious college football schools in the country in terms of longevity, blue bloods, the whole 9 yards. They have an incredibly storied past, and you are putting this game up to, it's not only that it's sad, it's actually just straight up disrespectful to everybody that's come before you, because you're going basically, yeah, this game, doesn't matter anymore because I'm making $10 million. Good for you. If I'm making $10 million, I'm playing even harder. And that's simple as that.
Yeah. I mean, he already got the $10 million, which is insane to give an 18-year-old $10 million. And a lot of rival coaches are pointing out the absurdity of that, with one saying, just because you pay somebody money doesn't make them good. There's going to be a little reality check on that. Another said they're not impressed by what he has put on tape, saying Underwood just misses and misses. He's tall, so he's able to make certain plays that other guys can't. And he's big, so he can run. But I don't see someone that's dangerous at all. He's a guy who can lose you some games. Not finding him dangerous at 6'4", 228, who was the number 1 quarterback in the country, is an insane statement to make. But then again, it's not when you look at his stats from the past year and the games he played in. He did not play well. 2,428 yards, 11 touchdowns, 9 picks in 13 games. He got $1 million about per touchdown.
Wow. And also, I think that this was also an anonymous one, right?
Yeah, these were all anonymous.
This is actually, I don't want to say this is worse than the previous one, but here's the thing. Like, I don't encourage other coaches trying to make players want to play, or opposing players want to play better. But this one, I feel like you should be saying that, shouting it from rooftops, being like, this guy can't play. I want him to prove me wrong. Maybe it's an internal thing, whatever, but like, come on, dude. You should be in their face about it.
I'm shocked Ryan Day didn't say, he doesn't impress me. He's not good. Paying him $10 million doesn't make him good, and he's going to lose you some games. This message is brought to you by Ryan Day, head coach of the university, or Ohio State University.
Yeah,
I'm shocked that was not the full statement. The man had beef with a 90-year-old stroke victim a few years ago. He doesn't exactly care too much about his public image. Also, rip Lou Holtz. But, I mean, come on, Ryan. I would respect Ohio State and you more if you just came out and did that. That'd be
Oh,
hilarious.
That would be class. I think all of these comments that are made, like especially around media day, need to be like those political campaign ads. It's like, I'm Ryan Day and I support this message at the end of everything, and just let it rip, because that would be exponentially more fun to watch.
Oh, it'd be incredible. I'm disappointed, Ciarnan. Some coach out there needs to stop saying this, hiding behind the anonymous tag. Just say it with your chest and say it like you mean it.
Yeah.
Speaking of coaches who are saying it like they mean it, Ciarnan, Joey McGuire is complaining that nobody will play him. He's talked to everybody and anybody. So far, everybody's told us no. And we are the most hated team in college football, and I absolutely love it. Ciarnan, as someone who has been a fan of the most hated team in college football for years, this message is to Joey McGuire specifically. Can I call you Joey? You are the most hated team in college football right now, not for the reason you think, you delusional idiot. You are the most hated team in college football because you threaten the very fabric of what makes college football. A guy who was told you can't play because of the gambling issue. Your conference told you he can't play because of the gambling issue. You said, yeah, but what if he did play? Like, the court said he could, and now nobody wants to play you because they think you're an idiot. Alabama and Georgia and Clemson at one point, and Ohio State were the most hated teams in college football of various ones because they won. Texas Tech hasn't won shit. You are just an idiot who threatened the entire sport because you wanted a mid-ass bum quarterback who had a gambling problem to lead a $30 million roster. I wish they let him play, Joey, so everyone could see that he's not good. And Texas Tech, not that great. So, yeah, you're the most hated team in college football, not for the reasons you think.
Well said. Well said. It's nuts how I'm actually now I'm reconsidering what I just said. Maybe you want to say this anonymously, because that's the dumbest thing I've heard. It's the wrong things are being said anonymously. This should have been one of them. You could have said, "Oh, Texas Tech is the most hated team currently." It's like, yeah, no duh. Like, there's no. In what reality do you live in where you think you are gonna come out of this on the other side squeaky clean? What?
When you're an idiot.
Yeah, well, yeah. When your IQ is below 40.
Yeah, no, it's awful. I hate Texas Tech has quickly gone up to like my hated level. Before, I was like, you know what? They're dumb. I don't care. Now that they're trying to play the victim, I hate them so much.
Yeah, it's worse. It is worse.
Yeah, it's awful. It's bad. I hate it. I hate them. And it sucks. They were a good story last year. I know they spent $28 million on their roster, but they had a good team. No one really expected them to be that great, and they were. So it's annoying. Okay, you want to look at something pretty to stop being annoyed? Tulane has released their Kings of Mardi Gras jerseys for this upcoming season, and oh my God, they are heat.
Good. Those are nice.
They are incredible. I might have to buy one here.
I don't blame you. The only criticism I have for this is I would have liked to have seen more purple on the trim.
I mean, that's fair, but I mean, you have it in the numbers, you have it in the Jester Tulane logo. A little more purple I can see. I think that would have been nice as well. I looked online. The helmets are $2,000, and the jersey you can buy from the university for $500.
Oh God. That's a struggle to see if it's worth it.
Yeah, it's tough. I might buy a shirt with the Jester angry wave. They're wearing this against South Alabama as well in Mobile. Tulane's gone petty. For those who don't know, there's a huge argument between New Orleans and Mobile about who did Mardi Gras first in the United States. New Orleans obviously is the most famous example of French culture in America. But Mobile has a massive Mardi Gras celebration every year. They go back and forth, so picking to wear this King of Mardi Gras jersey against the Jaguars just makes sense, and it's petty, and that's what college football is all about, and I love it.
Perfect. It's going to be the most heated rivalry in college sports in like a year's time.
They should really just make it the biggest rival. I hate made up rivals. UConn and Central Florida tried a few years ago. The coaches made it up. I don't like that, but there's some real reason for hatred here, and I think they should lean into it. Tulane is South Alabama. Get on it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
But Ciarnan, before we get to our finalists for our mid teams, we're going to go over some odds for this upcoming season. We're going to do Heisman next week because we're probably going to do Heisman picks and all that. We're going to go, though, national championship winners to start. Right now, the favorites are Ohio State and Notre Dame tied at plus 600. You have Texas at plus 750, Oregon at plus 800, Georgia at plus 800 as well, Indiana at 900, and Miami at plus 1,000. The last place team are all tied. It's UAB, UMass, New Mexico State, Akron, Ball State, Eastern Michigan, Georgia State, Kent State, Middle Tennessee, Charlotte, Louisiana Monroe, Sam Houston, and UTEP all plus. That's a lot of zeros, Ciarnan. $1 million?
Yep.
Yep, plus $1 million. So hey, throw $1 down.
All the UMass fans are just going, so you're saying there's a chance?
Apparently.
Technically, if you participate, yes, you have a potential of winning. Now, is it a long shot? Certainly.
Yeah, I mean, that's an easy $10,000 on a $1 bet.
Yeah, there you go. That's all you need.
So, Ciarnan, did any of that surprise you, or are there any other odds kind of mixed in there that you thought, that's interesting?
Not explicitly, especially because like week one really determines, how people prepared and things like that. One of them that I did notice that is, I want to say it's fairly far down. I don't want to say like it's too low, but Clemson at plus 13,000, I believe it is. They're one of those schools that are going to do decently well. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw them move up the rankings fairly quickly. The Purdue Boilermakers sitting at plus 100,000. I mean, they're a championship caliber team, Kev. So yeah, that's a shocker right there.
Hey, if you want to win a natty, you go to Purdue.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm other than that, I don't really have any things that are standing out to me. Kind of in the mid-table. What about you, Kev?
I think, I'm sorry. I got
Go on.
Penn State.
Yeah.
Being where they are, above Florida, Tennessee, Auburn, right below Michigan, USC, and Oklahoma, at plus 4,000 or plus 6,500. Sorry. Look, Matt Campbell's a good coach. You can argue the resources weren't there at Iowa State, but he never really got close. He had good Iowa State teams, but the question is that the best he can do? Is more resources actually going to help him? I'm not sure. I think that's kind of surprising how high they are up there. I think Tulane at plus 80,000 is a little shocking just because they are probably the group of 6 team you would pick to make the playoffs. So they, on their own in that, I think should have a slightly higher odds. Nothing crazy, but I think if you put them in that, Illinois, Virginia, Houston, Nebraska, Virginia Tech, Vanderbilt, plus 20,000. It's a big jump, but again, you're not saying it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would make the most sense. And I mean, look, I don't want to say it, Ciarnan, but they got rid of Trent Dilfer. So UAB's odds should at least be plus 999,999. That should be plus 1.
Yeah. Just increase your rankings ever so slightly. Actually, one thing I did notice while scrolling through this, the Navy midshipmen are sitting at plus 60,000. The other 2 academies are both sitting at plus 100,000. Like, don't get me wrong. Those odds are still ridiculously long, but for the odds to be 40,000 in difference, that's saying something about how good Navy is or at least expected to be in comparison to the two others.
That's true. That is interesting. I mean, I'm not surprised. Navy had a good year last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who knows, Ciarnan? Maybe the Commanders-in-Chief trophy winner will also hold the national title trophy at the end of the year.
You never know.
Never know. But, Ciarnan, moving on to conference champion odds. We're just going to go through the top 3 for each conference and then name the last place team. For the Big 12, you have Texas Tech at plus 100 odds, BYU at plus 550, and Utah at plus 650. And then you have at plus 11,000 Iowa State. I'm not really surprised by anything here. I think Texas Tech, BYU, Utah are the 3 best teams by far in the Big 12. I think Arizona State, pretty quick fall off from that that college football playoff run a couple years ago. And Colorado sitting at plus 9,000 is not shocking, but interesting to see that we've moved off of them so quick.
Are we really surprised that the Iowa State Cyclones are sitting at the bottom of the Big 12 because like literally their entire team moved with Matt Campbell to Penn State?
Yeah, no, that's fair. Anything else in the Big 12 kind of stood out to you, Ciarnan?
No, I think it's pretty set. I mean, you could flip Kansas State and the Houston Cougars maybe, but yeah, it's more splitting hairs than anything.
That's fair. Moving on to the ACC. I did say plus. We're only doing the top 3. We're going to do top 4 for the ACC. Just you'll see why. Miami at minus 140 to win the ACC.
Really? Why do you think that is, Kev?
Minus 140 is crazy for a conference championship. That's insane. ACC, welcome back to being an absolutely despicable one-team conference.
Oh, that's good.
SMU at plus 650, Louisville at plus 850, Clemson at plus 1,400, and in dead last is Billy O'Brien's Boston College Eagles at plus 40,000. Minus 140. That's like if they were playing a game against SMU, not for the entire damn conference.
That shows a lot of confidence in Miami.
Or so little confidence in the rest of the ACC.
Yeah, I don't know which. Actually, it's a good point. I don't know which is worse.
It's
because let's not forget, Louisville beat Miami last year at home. So like that's a big one.
That's insane. Did anything else surprise you about this, Ciarnan?
Yeah, of course. Not enough respect putting on James Franklin's name. Plus 2,800. What are we, savages?
That's fair.
Oh, and also one more thing. UNC Tar Heels plus 15,000. He turns it around this year. He dumps the girlfriend, turns it around, or dumps the fiance, turns it around. Right? Because they got engaged, didn't they?
I think they did. I think she's with him till the end. And the end being mysterious circumstances the day after their wedding when his will was updated 2 days before.
Yeah.
Also, the disrespect to last year's ACC title game participants. Virginia in 5th at plus 1,800 and Duke at plus 6,800. All the way down there at the bottom. I know they closed kind of the loophole with how Duke got there in the first place. But still disrespectful to the Blue Devils and the Cavaliers. Moving on, Ciarnan, to your conference, the Big 10. Ohio State at plus 180. Indiana at plus 255. Oregon at plus 260. And you know them, you love them for how stupid their AD is. Purdue at plus 100,000 in last place odds to win the Big 10. Ciarnan, what are your thoughts on the Big 10 odds?
My thoughts are that the minute the news came out about Bryce Underwood and the coach talking about, it's just another game, I would have dropped their rankings to the middle of like between Northwestern and Maryland. Like if that should have tanked their odds to win it. Now, do they have individually great talent? Yes, but they are being led by cowards.
That's fair. That's very fair. I don't really have much to add, to be honest. It's nice to see USC kind of back a little bit in these discussions. They are still lagging behind a bit, but it's good to see them being a little bit more serious of a program. But yeah, I'm surprised they didn't try to boost Penn State a little bit.
I'm actually not surprised at that.
There's an outside chance.
Yeah.
I think, I know I just kind of said about Iowa State or about Penn State, Matt Campbell, like, can he do more with more? We don't know. I do think there's an outside chance that he can do more with more and does go, maybe not an Indiana run, but kind of shows I'm better than James Franklin. This is a new era of Penn State football, and we're here.
Mm-hmm. That's very fair.
Or they're just going to be awful. Like, no in between. And Ciarnan, no offense for our views, I kind of hope they're awful. Those videos always did numbers last year.
The ones where I'm super depressed?
Yes.
Thanks, Kev. Really appreciate
numbers.
Damn it. God damn it.
Numbers.
What do I want more? Do I want Penn State Conference Championship, or do I want our podcast to do well?
All right, Ciarnan, here's where I think your order of preference should be. Okay. Penn State Conference Champion last. Conference championships don't matter.
That is true.
Our podcast success, right there, right above conference.
Okay.
Penn State natty run, up here.
Well, of course, yeah.
All the way up. That'd be great for content too, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The sheer elation that I would get off of a conference championship. But actually our numbers would plummet because they're just like, oh, he's too happy now. Gross.
No, the Irishman's happy. What is this?
Since when?
Well, kid, it's the hope that kills you. I will say, though, I think people also don't want Penn State to win because, like, we already got to deal with Kevin. He's an asshole enough. We don't need Penn State now winning, too. Although we might flip. Maybe I'll become super depressed, and then we'll have that. And people probably like that more because I've been such an asshole the last couple of years.
Yes, people would revel in your misery. People enjoy my misery. They revel in yours.
That's fair. That's very fair. But Ciarnan, moving on to the SEC with Georgia at plus 260, Texas at plus 310, Alabama at plus 800, and LSU at plus 900. And then for last place odds, you have a tie between Arkansas and Mississippi State at plus 30,000. I think we are not putting enough respect on Pete Golding and Ole Miss's name. At plus 1150, they are sixth behind Oklahoma and LSU, obviously. Pete Golding, the players love him. He kept Trinidad Chambliss around. I have had my issues with him in the past, but Pete Golding knows how to recruit, knows how to get talent, and knows how to keep that talent happy. I think we are sleeping on the Rebels this year. Tennessee, they have a tough schedule this year. Kelsey from Hilo Sports actually put a video out on Belly Up Socials kind of talking about his bottom 5 teams in the SEC. And Tennessee was one of them because of this tough schedule they have. I agree. I think it's going to be tough for them this year. They have had some turnover, and it's just going to be a really brutal schedule. And I just want to point out, Will Stein for Kentucky said they're going to start winning big because of him. I hope that they stay in that third to last spot because that'd be hilarious. Ken, what are your thoughts on the SEC?
For me, it just goes to show you that no matter who you recruit, you're still behind Alabama, and that is the LSU Tigers sitting at a pretty 900, plus 900. Yes, Lane Kiffin, the traitor that he is, skipped town on Ole Miss. But, like, my thing with it is that the LSU Tigers have a decently easy schedule up until, well, I shouldn't say that. They have a semi-easy schedule because basically it's Clemson, which I can comfortably say right now is probably a win. Louisiana Tech, it's a win. And then they have to face Ole Miss week 3. And the amount of pent-up aggression that Ole Miss probably has from this whole debacle is going to be unleashed on the 19th. And frankly, I can't wait for it. And primetime game, 7:30. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, obviously, you have for LSU schedules here, you have your Louisiana Tech, you have your McNeese states, you have your Kentucky, your Mississippi states.
Mm-hmm.
I think outside of that, and Arkansas, a lot of these games are very losable. Clemson, I've had my issues with that. I don't think he's that great anymore. I think the game is passing by. That's not an easy game, or it shouldn't be. Ole Miss, you pissed off that entire team, that entire city, and that entire state. They're going to be firing on all cylinders. Mike Elko's got Texas A&M looking right for the first time ever. Auburn fans are optimistic for some reason. Maybe they'll be good. Alabama, they're going to be good. Texas, they're going to be good. Tennessee might be good, might be shit. We're not sure. But I think it's just going to be an uphill battle for Lane in year one at LSU.
Yeah, I agree somewhat with that. My thing about this is the Ole Miss game is really going to tell how the rest of the season is going to go. The Texas A&M game right after is a bit of a. It's certainly going to be a challenge. They're benefited by being at home. LSU is, and then they've got a run of McNeese, Kentucky, and Mississippi State. Which, yes, you could argue that Mississippi State and Kentucky might be losable games, but in reality, LSU is good enough to win both of those games comfortably. The Auburn game. You can have a good Auburn team just randomly appear one week. They're a wild card. The Alabama game is certainly going to be tough. I would argue that like that one could kind of go either way, but the Texas game is probably the most important because Texas either starts off super hot and stays super hot, or they have one loss in the middle of the season and all the wind's gone out of their sails. So like you have those situations where if they get down to it and they're in November, LSU can just breeze past Texas in some instances. So, I'm not going to sit here and speculate exactly, but that has happened.
I'm not predicting a loss in all those games. I'm saying it's an uphill battle.
Yes. Okay, fine. Fair enough.
But Ciarnan, that's really it. We'll go over Heisman next episode. Before that, Ciarnan, we have our finalists for our underrepresented teams for this upcoming season. Ciarnan, how many finalists do you have?
So I have 3, but I wanted to ask a question first.
Yep.
Can we do FCS teams as well?
Oh, buddy, you think I don't have at least one FCS team?
I was just making sure.
Okay, I have 4.
Okay, I have 3.
Okay,
it's fine.
All right, I'll stick with 3. I'm going to take one off.
Oh, you can keep 4. I mean, we're going to pick next. We're going to pick next week. You can pick from 4. True. I just chose 3 because that's the number I liked.
That's true. All right, Ciarnan, what are your 3?
Okay, my 3, and this one is a bit of a. This one's a bit of a stretch because they're not necessarily a bad team. I just think our whole thing was underrepresented, but it's the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. So that's my first one. Now they're a good team, but I think like myself and the most of us would assume that they don't get a ton of coverage. So that's why I picked them. The next ones I picked were a team that we've talked about a lot, you specifically, because you were going to buy a jersey of theirs, is the Idaho Vandals. And that's I think is a very good one. And the final one is because we were doing all those logos recently. The one that I absolutely loved was the UC Davis Aggies. I loved their logo so much. I was like, you know what? That's a perfect team to do it for.
That's true. And also, we got into an argument about UC Davis.
Yes, we did.
All right, that's a good list.
Thank you.
I might have to add a 5th one to mine, although I'm probably not going to because they're covered enough. I was going to do Montana, but they're discussed plenty for an FCS school. My 4, first off, I've raged against their coach for years now, but they got rid of him. So I got UAB
Okay.
as one of my teams that I might want to cover. Next up, Bowling Green. I just love Pudge, man.
Good one. Good one.
Even though their long snapper, George Carlson, Pudge's dad is no longer there.
You are doing anything to get him on the podcast.
I'm doing anything to get him on the show, short of DMing him yet, because I feel like we just got the follow. You don't want to be too desperate.
Yeah.
But Bowling Green, they also have some interesting logo history, so I think that'd be kind of fun to look at, and if they have any throwback games. Next up, we don't cover the West Coast a lot, and that has been a knock against media for a while. That's why people say Derrick Henry won the Heisman in 2015, because Pac-12 after dark was such a thing. People weren't watching Christian McCaffrey play at Stanford. So I have Oregon State on here as well. One of the pole bearers for the Pac-12, keeping them alive and holding their ground with Washington State. And finally, Ciarnan, my fourth team that I'm considering is Idaho. I've talked about for years the Kibbe Dome, their 1975 jerseys, and how incredible they are. And I have said to someone, I might want to go to Idaho. They're like, why the hell do you want to go to Idaho? I'm like, the University of Idaho, the Vandals. They're like, okay.
Yeah.
Sure, Kevin.
Whatever.
So there's my 4: UAB, Bowling Green, Oregon State, and Idaho. Ciarnan, what are your 3?
My theory, UC Davis, Idaho as well. Ironically, I figured that was going to happen, and Western Kentucky.
All right. If you want to see us cover your team throughout the year and do our weekly check-ins, let us know in the comments. Follow us on social media and let us know there as well. Or if you don't want me to root for one of your teams, because that never ends well.
Yeah, it's gone bad for 2 seasons.
I think the past 2 seasons, I have not seen a win. I went from Kent State to UMass. Now, neither team was very good at stacking up wins for, but they at least got a win.
The thing for me, Kev, was we said like mid-team, so like middle of the table. You went, let me scrape the bottom of this barrel and just pray for something good to happen.
Hey, but Ciarnan, if you look at it, Kent State was awful when I rooted for them.
Yeah.
There were a team really bad historically had their worst season since 1998 when I decided to root for them.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went 5-7 the following year. Listen,
UMass fans, right now, start putting bets on like a 500 season, because if this trend continues, you're gonna make out like bandits.
Yeah, pretty much. I would also like to point out UMass, same thing. Historically, not good.
Right.
At the FBS level, because before the split, they were independent. They only had 3 winless seasons in their program's history at the D1 FBS level, because they did go down to D2 at one point. 1882 when they went 0-3, 2020 when they went 0-4, and last year when I was rooting for them when they went 0-12.
Kev completely missed the mark when it was the mid teams.
Yes.
I mean, he did it to himself.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I did this to myself and apparently these schools. So to Kent State University and the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, I apologize for what I have done to your programs. But
or thank you. Or you're welcome, rather, because now they've turned it around.
Let's
hope UMass can continue.
Maybe they have the hope. Maybe they'll have hope here. And it's if Kent State keeps doing well, bowl win this year, maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe me rooting for them will really tear them down to build back better.
There you go.
They had good bones, Ciarnan. They just had to get torn down to the studs and rebuilt. And I'm doing that one team at a time. But that's our show. No show next week. I'm on vacation ahead of the college football season. And then after that, we are going balls to the wall, Ciarnan. It's time.
Let's do it.
Cannot wait. Everyone will be good, safe, fun rest of your week. Next week, last bit before the season starts. Make good choices and see ya. That's Ciarnan's line. I stole it.
That's fine. See ya.
They're eating the dogs, Ciarnan, in Tuscaloosa.
They're eating the
you know
dogs.
that?
They were
They're
eating the dogs.
the dogs.
Oh, a meth raccoon.
Yeah.
Just awful. There is nothing good about this. It's the worst possible scenario for the CFP, for the national championship.
Notre Dame is a mid-program with really good marketing.
And the Michigan players are going to look at that, and anybody who's committing to Michigan in the next years will just go, I want to beat them even more. Like, I wanted to beat them when I first came to the school. Recruits are going to see this.
You have, as some fans have put it, a mascot flashing their pop tussie out.
Oh, God, that's going to be part of our intro next year. Oh, shit.